Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, 4 crazy rescue dogs, and a rescue cat who likes to craft in her spare time. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message. It boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could use that. And if you're a returning friend, you already know the crazy you're in for, so grab your drink, sit on back, and let's have at it. And apparently my dog bells have waking, so hold please. Okay. So this last week was a little crazy. It was my birthday. I sort of monogamously stitched because my little project I didn't think was going to take nearly as long as she did. But she did. But I got her done. Yesterday I got way out of my comfort zone and I went to the Detroit needle point. Although people knit and they cross stitch and stuff. So maybe it's just Needleworks group. They meet the last Saturday in the morning from like 10 to noon at the DIA, so the Detroit Institute of Art. So I went. Bella wanted to see a couple of exhibits, and so she got to explore, and she's always loved the DIA. So it was very cool. The ladies were very welcoming, very helpful, very sweet. We then went to 2 needlepoint shops that were like 20 minutes away, and I bought stuff. I feel like I should get an extra bonus on my Jeep, on my finish week, if I can finish a week without shopping. Or maybe I should have to go like 2 weeks without shopping on craft stuff. I got my certificates back from the framer and I found my other degree, so that went into the framer. So today, I believe Nola and I are going to meet at the office in a bit and we're going to hang those. So that'll be exciting. So stay tuned on my Instagram for those pictures. I got rid of a case that was really causing me stress. And what I realized this week is I had thought I was totally burned out on the law. That's not true. I love being a lawyer most days. What is draining for me is and exhausting are those clients where it's a high conflict, where they're fighting me, where they, aren't being honest with me, and I'm just stuck in this miserable place. That's what I don't like. That's what's exhausting. That's what's bad. So, that client, I had filed a motion to withdraw, and she got some other sucker to take her case. So I'm fine with that. The other thing that I have been working on, and I think I mentioned it before, is my list of 300. And that's 300 things you want to see, do, have, ideally in the next, he said, like in general. And so all you do is like twice a day. Usually Steve Harvey recommends in the morning and in the evening, you read through your list, right? And you watch as the world and the universe sort of manifest those opportunities in order to achieve the list. Now he says, don't cross off things as you do them. Like wait till like the 1-year mark. So I am saying that my birthday next year is the 1-year mark to go through and cross off how many. He does say you can add to your list. You can adjust your list as you figure out that your needs and wants, the things on your list maybe don't align with your values as they change and develop. So there is that too. So we're working on that. I'm reading the book The Magic by Rhonda somebody or other with the Jeep Babes. So that's kind of been fun. I need to get back to actually doing the lessons. So I am still, I have to do, well, today I have to write 3 thank you notes to get caught up on my 365 thank you notes in a year. This project's been really, really well received. I am actually a little blown away by it, to be honest. So, I highly encourage you to read A Simple Art of Gratitude. So, what have I been... Well, let's start with my finishes. And I FFO'd it. This is a kit I got off Etsy because I absolutely fell in love with her. It comes in this little box. If you're interested, I will say I thought it may be a little bit pricey, but I had plenty of threads and beads and all of that, and you get the little plastics acrylic that you actually stitch on the acrylic, and then she's got a cute little stand, and then they laser cut the backing so you knew it fit perfectly and you didn't have to struggle. So maybe it may not be I think it was like $32 with shipping. Yeah, but she's so freaking cute. Oh, I love her. I love her. She makes me happy. So then while I had my glue gun out, I FFO'd Free Betsy. That's her name. This is a pattern by Bent Creek. I used all the call fors on that as well. And then I also FFO'd Autumn Sheep. We are getting down to the last few sheets, and I am so grateful. The one thing that somebody finally dawned on me, or somebody mentioned it. So I have been going over basically every other day and helping Mrs. Sands shower and change her clothes and do all of the things, right? And I realized it's sort of, I think it's one of those things that dawned on me finally. It's like having another part-time job. And that's why I might be a little bit more tired too. Then I need your help. So this is a 3-inch circle. This is a 3-inch kind of ish blob. I keep trimming away at it to get it to fit. We're getting pretty close. Is there a better way to get circles instead of blobs to finish this? Because I would really like to FFO this and be able to hang it on the tree as well. And to update you guys on my Jeep chart. Yay! We now hit 10. 10 finished or FFO things. So if I get down to here, I've reached the goal of 54. Obviously, I have more Jeeps, and I would love to hit more Jeeps colored in by the end of the year. Meaning next October. Obviously, I would love to have all of my friends join in on my birthday sale. Technically, I just say you need to finish one item that you've already started. You can't, like, it should be a finish. And a finish could even be a page of your Haid or, like, huge full coverage. So there's that. Okay. Okay. So my son's still in physical therapy. He's still working away, which is great. Okay, so let's do haul next. This is my haul bag. Okay, so one of my favorite quilt pattern designers is Amy Bradley. And honestly, if I could only have 2 quilt designers that I could ever buy from, it would be Amy Bradley and Art to Heart. I love them both so much. Well, she was having a sale, and I'm a sucker. I don't know who I'm going to make this for. Probably Bella. But I loved it. But this is the one that really, I was like, yeah, I need to make that. I love it. When will it get made? Your guess is as good as mine. Okay. So then I also got this lovely book because it's got a lot of the stitches in it that I don't know for needlepoint. And that is one of the things that's kind of drawing me in, is that it's not just X's. Like, you can really give texture to, like, buildings and stuff, right? I had to order a bunch of stuff, and I was super close to having the free overnight shipping. So I got another diamond painting. And I'm not going to take it out of here. It's a skull. And it says, and she's like blowing a butterfly or whatever. And I'll just let you read that. I was in a mood. Okay. So then, I've showed you the kids' advent calendar. This is my advent calendar. I don't know how, like, so that should be interesting. So I'm going to put it over here for safekeeping. Okay. So, Bean and I went to a couple needlework shops, like I said. Canvases for needlepoint are super expensive. And I get that for the most part. They are individually hand painted. And that's why. I fell in love with one. It's called the Skellington Jazz Club. And it's a Halloween one. I'm going to have to go back and get it. Well, I ordered something from them. So when I pick up my order, I'm going to have to get it. Because I can't stop thinking about it. He's glorious. So, I got this little witch. Oh, geez, Louise. Hang on. I got this little witch. And wait till you see the fibers I got for her. Because, oh, it's going to be so cute. Okay. So, I got this straw fiber. Because that's the other fun thing. Like, we in cross stitch, we use silks, or you use overdyes, or you use DMC, right? Those are the basics. In embroidery, they have all sorts of fibers. I'm just saying, so wait. So I got this straw silk. And it's this lovely shades of purple, right? So that's going to be her hair. And then I got this little one. It's called Seagrass. For the broom. And then it was starting to get like Bougie Cat. If you're not familiar with Bougie Cat, I bought the white cat pattern from, I want to say it's from Bent Creek too, for my daughter at the last Stitch Con that I attended. And I started kitting her up in the annex so that I had the things right, and I converted because they don't carry DMC in the annex. And I wanted to start it for my daughter. And Bougie Cat went from being like a $12 or $16 pattern to like a $60 kit. Because I kitted her up in overdyes and silks. Little Witch was on the clearance rack, I think, or something. And she wasn't that expensive on her own. But when you start pulling in all the lovely fibers, and then I have this glows in the dark and it sparkles for the moon. And then I figured I'd add little seed beads, which I believe I have the seed beads for like the stars and probably for her little gold buttons. She starts, homegirl starts adding up. Homegirl starts adding up. But she's so darn cute. So we got that one. Oh, but wait, there's more. Okay. So then the one, there is a shop that carries, it's called the Wool and the Floss. And they carry a specific line of just Detroit prints, right? I'm like trying to see in here what else. Oh, the nice thing though, when you go to a needlepoint shop, because apparently if you spend, or like whatever, they give you the needlepoint needles. for your canvas, which is kind of nice, right? Okay. So, this is the spirit of Detroit. Now, what I told the girl, my plan is, again, I'm in my village, obviously. I ordered the canvas, and I've mentioned this before, in Detroit, we have American Coney Island and we have Lafayette Coney Island. And they butt up against, they literally share a wall. They're like, only in Detroit. But this is another big icon. It's down at the Coleman A. Young building. And like when the Wings are in the playoffs, they put a Detroit Red Wings jersey on it. If the Pistons are in the playoffs, they put the Pistons jersey on it. I think I don't know if they do it for the holidays though, but definitely like when our teams are winning. He's worn a Lions jersey. So anyways, so my plan, and I told the girl at the shop, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's brilliant," because I would like have this cross-stitched, needle pointed, because it's okay to share. Like you can have different needleworks together. You can. I'm giving you permission. So I'm going to square this off and make it into a stand rather than an ornament or a round, so that the spirit of Detroit can be in my Detroit area. And I love him. I do love him. Ironically, I am finding that I do my needlepoint on stretcher bars rather than in hand. Okay, so then, oh, this was from the other one. It's called the Knotted Needle, and they sell a lot of yarn as well. Look at this little dapper owl. And for the dapper owl, I got, oh, and it feels just like velvet thread for the green in the wreath, in his little shoes, and up here in his hat. I'm sorry, everything's reversed when you're doing this, so it's kind of weird. And then this is the other green, so they'll look like this. And I may pull out some other specialty threads as I get to this canvas, but right now and then I'll do little red beads for the berries. So there's that one. And then this was on somebody's D-stash, so he was really inexpensive. Well, he's just a cute little dog. Linda. There we go. I have no idea how I'm going to stitch him. I just thought he was so cute. And he'll make a darling ornament. And Linda is, of course, being Linda, as only Linda can be. So I've got to come up with a better way of storing my canvases than just sticking them in the bags from the store. But at least they're safe right now. Okay. So what did I stitch on, you may be asking? Well, that's a valid question to ask, since this is flosstuibe. So we saw the 3 FFOs. We saw the 1 finish. I've also been working on my dreidel. Clearly, I'm not following the colors, as we've already discussed. So I'm over here. I'm just doing it in a continental or a 10 stitch. This gold, though, is so easy to work with compared to Kreinik or any of that. And let me grab my little bag. And it's Fray Works by Rainbow Gallery, and it comes like that. So it is thicker. I don't know that you'd be able to use it, certainly not on a high count cross stitch, but it doesn't, it's beautiful to work with. And if I could figure out if it would for sure work on like a 32 count, 2/2, you don't unstrand it. I would totally use this instead of Kreinik. So I've got to figure that out. Yes, this is another one of Kelly's bougie pieces where the canvas itself was deeply discounted, like unbelievably discounted. But when I walked out of this with Vineyard Silks, it added up, and I was like, holy Moses. Okay, so what did I actually stitch on? Well, I spent most of my time stitching on my little Santa Mrs. Claus because she's so darling. I did work on 13 folds though. We're getting there. It's going to be glorious when it's done. So I worked on that. Did I work on my Dancing with the Stars pieces? Or my Survivor pieces? No, I did not. Because the one I hit, so the one was Whitney Levitt, and that was a self-love sampler, but you guys know I finished that. So I have to substitute in a new piece for that, and I think I am going to, I've been floating back and forth between 13 folds or Quaker flag. I'm not even sure. So I probably owe Moroccan Lanterns. Well, I know I'm going to owe Moroccan Lanterns and Pandemic some stitches for Survivor. And I don't remember what the piece is offhand for Who Went Home on Survivor. Let me see if I have it handy. The periodic table. I have to pull out the periodic table. So clearly I'm behind. Is anybody surprised? No, not at all. Not me. I'm never, like, whatever. So I do have a lot to get done this next week. It's going to be a little crazy. Hang on. Okay, so lots on my plate. We have 2 band concerts. One's tonight. Just realized I'm going to run to the office and at least try and hang my posters, my certificates, and that. I got a new printer scanner thing that does multiple pages, so that's going to go to the office today. I don't know if I'll get it hooked up, but that's okay.
Is that weird ink?
I haven't made it to the post office, but I need to because I've got 2 things to mail out still. So we'll go from there. So with that, I'm gonna let you go so I can get my button gear. So remember, you are smart, and you are beautiful. You are strong and brave. You are loved. You are needed. You are wanted, and mostly, you matter. So with that, I'm sending you my love. If you need me, reach out to me at His Princess Kelly on Instagram or the Book of Faces, or even the TikToks. And I'll talk to you then. Bye, y'all.